He's an animal, dude.
Yeah.
He's a real problem because he's intelligent, he's dedicated, he's driven, he's got that kind of confidence that those championship guys have where they know they're the best even before they're the best. Everything is so sharp. His technique is happening at lightweight now. I hope, as crazy as it sounds, I hope Ilia goes up to 55. I really do.
What about
Volkanovski, Diego Lopez, 45.
I'll take that.
Ilia goes up to 55. Fuck, I don't care if he only defended the title one time or didn't.
Agree.
Who cares?
You want Ilia to fight Makhachev?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
face a couple of those guys first, like you just said.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but also, who cares? Let's go. That's if you want to make the big fight for July. You want to make that big fight in July.
Joe Rogan says Islam Makhachev must not face Ilia Topuria right now, since it is far too dangerous.
Too hazardous.
I would like to fight with Islam, that's for sure. I would like to fight him.
But if they don't give you that fight, if they give you like a number one contender fight, when would you like to fight next?
I wouldn't fight for a number one contender fight. No.
You only want to fight for the title?
Yeah. Really? Okay.
After Ilia Topuria boldly moved to the UFC lightweight division by giving up his featherweight title, the MMA scene erupted. His daring jump into a tough weight class immediately sparked talk of a big fight with champion Islam Makhachev. But UFC analyst Joe Rogan dismissed the idea, warning that Makhachev might not be ready for the unbeaten Topuria right now. Rogan believes the UFC could have different plans for the fast-rising Spanish-Georgian star and says the fight isn't right at this moment.
How do you see the chances for Ilia in terms of becoming a champion in lightweight, maybe fighting Islam Makhachev? And do you see someday you yourself fighting Ilia Topuria for the lightweight title?
Cara, o Ilia Topuria é cara que duríssimo, cara que fala e vem fazer.
Ilia is a tough fighter, someone who talks the talk and walks the walk. He's doing things.
Eu acho que
I can see why he would want to challenge people, and I think a lot of people, he would be obviously a tough fight, and I think
during a recent UFC London Fight Companion live stream, Rogan was very clear in sharing his views. He thinks Topuria should not get a title shot right after entering the division. Instead, Rogan suggested a different path, saying a fight with former champion Charles Oliveira would make more sense. He pointed out Makhachev's size edge and mentioned that lightweights are bigger than featherweights, meaning Topuria must prove himself before taking on someone as strong as Islam.
How did you get signed in the UFC?
I had 4 fights when I started with my professional career in Spain, and at that point become very difficult to find a fight for me because in Spain we didn't even have events at that time. Alexander Gustafsson was fighting for the belt against John Jones. And that guy was training in Sweden. I'm like, I need to go there because I know that someone is gonna see me and the only thing I need is a fight. I went to my first training and the guy who was representing everyone, he came to me and he was like, do you have a manager? I'm like, no. Do you want me to represent you? This is why I came.
Many in the MMA world view Topuria's move to lightweight as a positive shift. Though Rogan's comments show a careful and thoughtful stance, his decision to leave the featherweight belt proves his full commitment, unlike others who often switch between two classes. The hype around him has only grown because of his unbeaten record and back-to-back knockouts of big names like Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski. Many fans now wonder if Topuria can show the same dominance at 155 pounds despite the risks.
If anybody deserves a fight for the world title in the next weight class, it's you. It's simple. You knocked out Max Holloway. You knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, one of the greatest of all time. It's simple. That's a no-brainer.
Chael Sonnen, a former UFC fighter and media voice, has spoken strongly on the issue, calling Islam Makhachev's logic inconsistent. Sonnen says it is a contradiction for Makhachev to dismiss Topuria as unworthy while also chasing the welterweight belt. Sonnen added that the danger of facing Topuria should not be ignored just because he is new to lightweight, noting that Makhachev has not proved anything at welterweight yet. The ex-middleweight also hinted that Makhachev, who may want to keep his choices open, lacked the courage Topuria showed by leaving his belt and fully moving to lightweight.
We've got a situation now with Islam. Law said, I will not fight Islam. That is not the attitude of our number one contenders. If you're Team Islam and you're sitting around and you're waiting because you believe you're going to go to 170 and get a title shot against Jack Della Lema, just to let you know, first up, nobody's asking to see that fight. And if at the same time you are refusing Ilia Topuria because he hasn't done anything in this weight class, and if I lose to him, it's too big of a risk, we'll just take that same argument and stick it up your ass at 170, where you haven't done anything. And I don't know if you've ever met more of a pro-Islam guy.
It is worth noting that Makhachev's coaches and team seem to be steering him toward a rare goal, winning titles in 2 divisions. Like double champ stars Conor McGregor, Amanda Nunes, and Daniel Cormier, Makhachev has said he will not retire without earning a second UFC belt. Since Makhachev and current welterweight champion Belal Muhammad are close friends and refuse to fight each other, this goal becomes even more complex. Much is at stake when Muhammad defends his belt against Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 315. If Maddalena wins, Makhachev could step up and fight for the welterweight crown.
Islam hasn't been shy about wanting to go for another title at 170 pounds, potentially the welterweight title. Obviously, he's got Arman Tsarukyan, not looking past him, but this is the second time he's fighting him. Do you think it's going to be a point in time where he's just going to be sick of fighting the same opponents at 155 and it's time to go up to 170? We'll get to Belal Muhammad next.
I think that as long as Belal is where he's at, I don't think Islam will go up. I really don't. I could be wrong because he can make the decision for himself.
Meanwhile, Topuria stays focused and confident. His coach, in a Spanish interview, shared strong faith in Topuria's skills against both Makhachev and Oliveira. He said Makhachev could not deal with Topuria's striking once he felt his power. The coach added that Oliveira, though skilled, would find it hard against Topuria's unique game. He praised Topuria's jiu-jitsu and striking, saying the Spaniard would beat Oliveira in stand-up and that their team could make a plan to expose the Brazilian's flaws. His coach said Charles Oliveira is a great fighter, but based on styles, it would be a tough fight for him. Ilia dominates standing. I'm fully sure. With all respect, I don't think they can find a plan against us. I see many problems for Oliveira. Though UFC boss Dana White has not confirmed Topuria's next fight, rumors are strong. Topuria may debut at lightweight by fall 2025.